Hello, commanders. If you're back with us, we never left. We just basically planted ourselves at one of the moons on a particular hopeful mission. We went out there looking for a fleet carrier that will help us navigate this darkness that we're in right now. We're in the San Genius Rim on the southern portion of the galaxy, trying to make some records and make our presence known by recording some planetary bodies and stars that has not been discovered yet by our fellow commanders. But we're successful on that part. We are in an area where you can see basically most of the star systems are not discovered yet. And it could be for various reasons. It could be that we do have travelers and commanders here that has stepped out so far from the bubble, came out and were able to put in their landfalls and their first discovery and their first scans and so on and so forth. But they have not turned in that data towards universal cards. So, and that's what's on each and every station. Some fleet carriers also have that service that you're basically able to record and put into the record books that yes, I have traveled X amount of light years. I have jumped into X amount of stars, systems, solar systems, and here is my record. Here's where my ship has gone. But not everyone has that liberty to do that. Some people do not have the ability to have that recorded because they never got back to universal cartographies and sold that data into their system. But we're here. We found this. First of all, we found a giant gas body. It has a couple rings around it also, and we're going to utilize that. We saw like a moon, just a moon that was right around it, and we basically just utilized it just to come and get a good shot as far as the scenery. If you look carefully, you should be able to see where we are in our SRV, right? And our ship is around here somewhere too. So let's get into it. Let's see exactly. Let's look at the surroundings here that we have here. So yeah, this is an icy body that we landed on, and it's pretty bad, man. It's the level of work that they have put into this game as far as graphics, and trust and believe I'm not running top tier graphics card and hardware to where I can render 100% the quality and level that they have put into this game. And I feel like I'm doing an injustice by just showing you guys this right now, because this is bad. But yeah, that's our star that we jumped into yesterday, and we were in the hopes of seeing having some type of hope that there's a fleet carrier here, and lo and behold, there's nothing here. So thank you, Anara, for giving us some hopes, even though they are false hopes, but it's also good. We are perched right now on top of a ravine, just to get that view of the giant gas body over there with the rings. there's two lights here that you're going to take a look at. One of them is on the right, which is our ship down in the valley, and on top of that mountain right there is our SRV that we're going to get back into and navigate ourselves down to our ship and get out of here, because we still need to travel. We still need to keep on going where we're supposed to be going in the first place. So we're gonna see if we can just let gravity take its course here and bring us down a path. Remember, this is an icy terrain, icy body, but the SRV is doing pretty well as far as traction and moving forward. So we're not having any type of difficulties there. I am not seeing at any given point. I'm not seeing anything as far as resources, materials, minerals, on the planet's surface right now. And I've been here for a while, driving around just to see if there's anything here. But our radar are picking up some type of signals. I guess if I drive around long enough, I should be able to find something, unless it's just picking up our ship, and that could be a possibility also. Yeah, so we're gonna head back towards the ship and prepare to regress out of here. When you find these type of like bodies isolated from population, and it just sits there by itself undisturbed, you kind of find a little bit of a peaceful, tranquil a location. And if you're like one of those individuals that's very appreciative of what the universe has to present itself with, very appreciative of God making these type of creations, so on and so forth, you kind of you get the gist of it. You get the ability that we're not just stuck on what we can see and hear and feel. There's so much more out there. There is so much more out there, and that's one of the things. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of like stuck to this game. I do find myself or feel like I am this entity I'm just a passenger, because technically speaking, if you look at the way we are all passengers on this ship called Earth. But yeah, that's another way of looking at it. So we're back at our ship, and we just want to board to make sure that we can. Let me see if this boarding is allowed here. Not yet. You got to move into position a little bit more. And I think that signal that we were getting it is from the ship. All right, so we can board here. And as we're boarding, we're gonna take a snapshot exactly of where we are. Because I feel like for some weird reason we got to take a look at our ship and see what's the I was breaking down with this travel. We do have some other commanders just jumping online. We have Commander Freeman, Commander Supreme is on top, Commander Freeman's on the bottom. We have like about two more commanders that usually joins us here. I'll check and see what their whereabouts are. Right now, Commander Freeman is on Supreme Legacy, and I believe he's just hanging tight, waiting for orders as to what they are going to be doing today. So let's take a look and see where we are as far as the dynamics of the ship, because we've been traveling for some time. Let's just take a look and see where we are. So yeah, we've been traveling for some time, and we're still in the San Genius Rim. We're heading out to this particular location here because this location is a highly visited location, and it has most of, if not all, of materials needed for frame shift boosts. We have 83 jumps to do. Well, we started the other day with 200, I think, or 200 and something. We quickly came down to 83. We're doing all systematic jumps, not utilizing neutron stars. I mean, we can plot it into the neutron star plotter and see exactly what we can find, and I'm sure that's going to probably just be half itself. The reason why I'm not utilizing the neutron stars, I feel like it takes a lot more on the ship, on the hardware of the ship. So that's the reason why we're not doing that. Let's see exactly how far we are from Sol. And Sol is the representation of our current solar system. And as you can see, we are 7,817 light years away from Sol. Sol is where we have Earth and our sun, our solar system. The closest to that system, or the closest star to Sol, to our solar system, is Alpha Centauri, as you can see. And it basically gives you like a breakdown on what we have discovered so far, and it puts it into where it's this simulation. If it's not a real time, not a real time, but a real scale representation of what we know so far of our solar system. I'm not quite sure exactly if this is locked into actual data for in real-time application, or it's just some of them is like what we know and then the rest of it is just game. Because who would name a solar system Wolf 359, right? That would be something crazy. But there's so many out there, and that's the issue here. We're here in Sol, and this is what they call the bubble, because there's so many other systems that's available, and most of the commanders tend to stick around where Sol is, because the game basically starts you out in Sol or close to it. So most of the commanders are usually locked in there. But we have areas where we can explore, such as, can I get rid of this? I don't want to see this anymore. I guess I can't. Hold on. All right, so we have areas that you can look at where you have the center of the galaxy, where the density of solar systems are like ridiculous. So that's Sagittarius A. There's areas where I've traveled also to Colonia. Right now, we're just going down, as I said, we're going on to the San Genius Rim. And we're heading over to this particular solar system, just for records, also, just exploration. So we're gonna head back into there. What I wanted to check also was the condition of our ship. So one of the things that you could recognize also is, as we're moving across the galaxy, there's different modules here that basically you have to take into account. So why is our thrusters offline? We're gonna put this back online, right? And that's weird. All right, we'll check that out in a second. Maybe it's offline because you're just sitting here, you're not doing anything. Okay, that's good. So as you can see, most of our health is in the 90s and 100s. That's because we had the auto field maintenance unit that was definitely helping us out. We're gonna resupply this, and again, you see these are the materials that's needed or the resources that's needed to keep this particular module running. It takes different levels of tonnage for you know, accessing the materials that's needed to keep to maintain and upkeep the ship. Zinc, nickel, chromium, vanadium. These are the 4 ones. We're going to resupply it because we have enough to go around. And as you travel towards the system, these are the materials that you want to replenish with sometimes. So if you see a particular body that has vanadium on there, yeah, you would like to stop and just pick up some because we're kind of running. Thank you very much. We're kind of running low on that too. Excuse me. So now that it's a rearm, I can actually have it fix itself. Let's turn it off first of all, right? And can it fix itself? Because I would like you to fix yourself. I don't think it can fix itself. Oof. Okay. I don't think it can fix itself. So we're down to 48% on that. Once that fails, we're going to be stranded out here in space without any ability to repair ourselves. I mean, we're pretty good right now because we've been keeping up with everything else. Some things I don't really use, like this frame shift wake scanner we don't use, so that's offline. Sensors are offline, which needs not to be offline. It needs to be online actually, right? Yeah, the kill warrant scanner we don't need. The point defense, we're really not going into any. We have one of them online, but I could take that offline too because we don't really need it. Cockpit canopy is what we're sitting under, so we need to leave that on. 97% is good, 96% of the power plant. Cargo rack, 100%. Our detailed surface scanner, which we use on a regular, 95%. The telemetry and plotting and help as far as thrusters and super cruise assist and all that shit, which is the advanced planetary approach systems. We keep at 100. Most of them are at 100 because we need them to be fully operational. But the only thing that's worrying me right now is this auto fuel maintenance unit. That's fine. Our fire groups are definitely separated because we're doing mostly scanning, discovery scanner, full spectrum scanner, stuff like that. Our ship, these are ship functions. You can go through these also. This is basically statistics. We can jump about 69 light years unladen without weight or without any cargo, 67 with cargo. So I usually just keep my jump range as the 67, the one that says that we can jump with cargo, so to speak. We don't really have armor like that, so this I have no shield. I'm not running any shield out here, so that's another issue also. Inventory is basically empty because we don't really have anything on our cargo bay. Remember, the cargo bay is actually offline because we don't really use it. But these are all of our elements that we use: antimonies, every single element that we come across, we normally pick up. This does not contribute to your cargo. These are all internal on the ship per se. So you can, and you see the limitations as there on the phosphorus. We have 32 out of 300, so these can actually go up pretty high once you restock on them and pick up on them. We have some coated materials also, and we have some areas where we are set up for what the ship capabilities are, based upon like the workout of your ship. No cabins there. Again, storage is basically this is on self, but we don't have anything that really is there. All right, so listen, ship is in good shape. We can continue on our drive out towards that location. We're gonna spend some time there. Thrusters are online. That was the peak that we was just on top of. We're now climbing up an elevation, upwards of about 2,000 kilometers above surface. Once we are cleared on that, we are going to remove our landing gear, or retract them, I should say. And we're going to put our thrusters up. And start our regress to get off this rock. But again, the level of details that they have put into the system it's amazing. It definitely is amazing what they have done, as far as the graphics. So we're gonna start trying to see if we can leave orbit and head into an area of space where we can just activate our super cruise and get out of Dodge. It's about time. Definitely is about time. That is our Diamondback Explorer, our exploration ship that we have outfitted. Jumps about 70 light years, 67 to 70 light years. And with a neutron star, probably can jump up to 280 light years in one jump. Alright, we're definitely leaving the trail here. But it is time to say goodbye. Let's see if we can plot that map. Are we plotted though? 83? Yep, yes, we are plotted already. Our destination is actually behind us. So let's see if we can just utilize that and still see if we have access to the... No, it's right off of the horizon. Once we have a clear line of sight, it should be good. We're going to shoot straight from the planet's atmosphere. "24 minutes into our broadcast here. I try my best to limit it to just an hour at a time. I'm not quite sure when you're going to see the next hour on this one. So glad that you guys are able to join us today. Into our new star system. And I'm just going to slow it down a little bit so we can grab some more fuel, top it off, so to speak. In the meantime, we can definitely take a look at our data packs and see what information is being pulled. As we entered into this star system, it says Okay, thank you very much. It says just one body. But did we honk it yet? I don't think we honked the system. Let's honk the system and see exactly what comes back. Nope, that's all it is. It's just one system. It's a M class star system, which means that we're able to refuel on it. And that's all nice and hunky-dory and fine. But we have nothing to discover here. Jumping over to the next system. Okay, yeah, so hold on, let me just turn that off for now. Let's get some distance from the star because of the heat. Don't want the heat index climbing up too hard on us. Yeah, another thing that we can do is, let me see if I can grab it. Another thing that we can do is we can check to see if we do have a mapping system for a neutron star. Let's go neutron plotter. Current system that we're in right now. What is our current system? PH, UA, AIHM, WA-M. We're looking at CU2 or CO2. C. I gotta get that name because I don't see it on my screen here. It's data is not even pulling it into either. I see an MDS there, but that's not where we are. Let's scan this system. MDS. My data is coming back different from where I actually am. Actually, you know what? That's our next jump, so that's the reason why that's coming back like that. Okay, and our destination that we're going to, let's go ahead and open up our galaxy map. See exactly where we're heading to here. Destination is HYP UAE AED CP Z C1 3-1 comes right up. Range is 67. We'll leave it as that. And we'll calculate on that. Oh no, I just did something wrong. Hold on. Range is 67. Efficiency. We don't care about the efficiency, right? Let's go 75 efficiency. Efficiency basically wants to let you know how far you're able, or how far you would allow the navigation to deviate. A straight line would be 100%. Like there is no, actually no, a straight line would be 0%. There's no deviation on you don't want to allow any deviation on it. If you give it a 25% efficiency, it'll deviate 25%. It can or allow deviation of 25%. Sometimes you'll have to, on a star system, you'll have to jump upwards a 90-degree, just for you to be able to continue on that navigational route. But I usually I don't really like mess around with that actually. But it doesn't really matter. I'll leave it at 75%. If there's anything that needs to be done with that, and you can mess around with it too, as far as the efficiency goes, and see if it helps out with the number of jumps. So at 75%, there is 53 jumps estimated. At 100% efficiency, there is straight 95 jumps, which we're not looking to do because right now we're 81 jumps in. So let's go 0. Let's see what this says with 0 efficiency. You don't care about the oh, you have to put something there. All right, let's put 10%. Let's put 10%. And with that 10%, you don't want to go off more than 10%. The direct route, you're at 49 jumps with neutron stars. That's not bad. We're doing 81 jumps right now. And this will actually help us out to get to our destination a lot faster. But it's just a matter of you're going to be plotting piece by piece. What I would like to do, what I can do, is I'll save this over towards a file where we'll be able to just pick it up. We'll just save it to where it's a system where the computer system can read it. And it's not picking up right now. So we'll just save it here then. All right. And that should be just fine. We'll pick it up in our next jump because that location is actually starts in our next jump. 33 minutes into our session here. I may have to cut it short. What's going on? Did I not move away from the stars enough? Let's cut that out. $73 bodies in this. What are we missing here? Two stars. Okay. All right. We're going to get back to this in a second. Okay. And let's just jump to the next location. I'm going to basically jump off real quick and probably get back here within another 30 minutes where we'll be able to pick up on the neutron star jumps instead of just jumping regular. It's less than 50 and we should be able to make some good time and get to that location. But I'm thanking you guys for joining us on this journey as we navigate the outer rims of Elite Dangerous. And hopefully I will see you guys within the next 30 minutes or so. so we can get back to the gist of this game. This is our starting system here, and we're gonna start from here when we get back. But until next time, guys, stay in the dark, cause you're the light. That's the reason why I keep on saying that. You're the light. I'll see you guys soon.